last segment before we leave our first podcast. I have a segment I'm bringing to the table. This is something I've thought of for a long time. This segment is called What Would Kang Do? What would Kang do? This is a segment where I write not necessarily about the successful billionaire of 2025 who has her fingertips and checkbooks all over the WOSO enterprise. This segment is about what it means to be Michelle Kang, what it is to be a Michelle Kang of a specific era, and why she has always existed in WOSO since its inception rather than since 2019. Imagine control of a sport like WOSO is passed down as a title like James Bond in the United Kingdom as a secret spy, or Governor General's passed down as a head of state in Australia, or a Pope being elected through a religious group process. A Kangclave, right? Now we're talking about, it's not a name, it's a title. So I'm going to give you the prompt, right? I want you to cast your mind to everything you know about one of my hometowns, Austria, right? I want to talk about Austria, yeah? You think back to any historical time frame in Austria.
Fictional. A fun time.
Yeah, fictional or real. If you think about Austria in any way you know it to be, whatever portion of history you want to choose in Austria.
I'm not choosing a fun history, by the way.
Okay, that's fair.
This is not going to be a fun
that's fair.
history.
But I want you to think, if she was in Austria in any time frame, what would Kang do? What would Kang do?
Well, naturally, Kang would gather all the women of Austria, come together in some sort of like secret cave.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of like Plato's cave.
Plato's cave.
Allegory of the cave style. We're going philosophy here.
Kang's cave.
Right? And she wants information of the outside world. She wants to leave Austria.
She wants to
expand Austria.
Expand Austria.
The empire,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah. And she's renaming Austria.
She's renaming it to what?
Something to do with lions, presumably.
Lions. Austrian lions.
Yeah, the lionesses maybe.
Austrian lionesses. Yeah. Fair enough. I don't think that's. I think that's in pure Michelle Kang spirit. I actually can see it. I can see it. The Kanganidus. I can see her power over people and like facilitating the right time to utilize that power. I took a bit of a different route.
Okay.
Right. So. Austria is small in population, a country that's overlooked, has a romantic history in music, in sport and media, right? Not just a hub of natural football energy, they promote natural football through their passion and care and activism. Shown through their past history in 2005, they protest Red Bull. Yeah, it's all natural energy. We don't need fake energy, right? This is constitutional pride in commonplace people power in the sport. How a person like Michelle may actually struggle in their love. I have a solution to this and have written a parable for this, right? I thought long and hard. Talk about Kang in Vienna or building a woe sound of music, right? We could do that, right? But the reality is I had to pick Salzburg, right? Yeah. A place with romance and counter-reformation, right? It was the birthplace of counter-reformation. Do you know what that is? Counter-reformation, while in your head, probably sounds like something that should have been invented by Sonia Bompasta, right? Counter-reformation.
Yeah.
No, it's just a period of time where Austria wanted to reaffirm Catholicism and its doctrines, eliminate the church/stadium abuses, and then spread the faith, which is basically football. Through messaging, which I can translate to any chanting or musical theatre that's ever happened in Austria or any football event that's ever
I'm glad
happened.
you did your research. I mean, I'm just thinking back to the most recent of Austrian history.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at the religious aspects because that's how I see Kang. I see Kang as a religious figure in the sport, right? 1936, Austria announced the establishment of the Austrian Ladies Football Association, the ODU. Despite changing gender roles, the Hills were alive for WOSO to thrive. But what they really needed to move the needle was a true icon of the times. An owner with relentless drive and passion for the sport to make Austria the biggest and most progressive frontrunner for the home of WOSO. Enter Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, a musician with love for opera. By the way, Michelle Kang loves opera. I don't know if you know this. She's like a crazy, like you wanted to be an opera singer when she was a child. Yeah. So a musician with the love for the opera saw an opportunity to conduct a new space with her father's help. It was a dream come true. If we're referring to the beauty of football, the sanctity of one perfect moment can almost parallel a soprano singer hitting the highest note Basically top bins. Yeah? Basically top bins. Austria needed and rather still need an opera singer, both on and off the pitch. An opera singer throws their hat in the ringer to their academies, build to have the fullbacks, the mids, the wingers. But with Kang, understand that this can get a lot bigger. To be a football economic thinker and appreciate an opera singer is no easy task for any top business figure. It is a 34-year-long Austrian WOSO commanding vigor, but to open up their unofficial international debut losing 9-0 to Mexico is quite bitter. Established Women's League in 72, recognised in 82 to qualify for a World Cup that they're still waiting to. 2017 semi-finals in the Euros and quarters in 22 and not even qualifying in 25, the decline is complementary too. The wants, the needs and desires of a nation to get higher highs with ruthless WOSO innovation. Whether it's religion or sport, any community needs its friars, but it needs more than just beauty. The past needs owners and buyers. But imagine Austria substituted classical music to the bench and built a crazy WOSO empire. We may have seen Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer running Michelle Kang Esquires. That's how I see it. I see that the Sound of Music is run by Michelle Kang, and I think she operates Austria in a way that makes them conducive, not just to opera music and do re mi. It's pas de deux, it's pas lao. Yeah, it's making sure that the ABC is 1, 2, 3. It's good passes. It's triangular passes, right? It's a beautiful game for a beautiful country.
This is too complimentary of Michelle Kang.
Yeah, well, but the reality is that is what she's trying to do, right? She has tried to use money to buy beauty, right? And the reality is that it is the way of football. And if I'm going to criticize Michelle Kang for everything she does till I die, right? Like, she's not a person I appreciate from a moral standpoint. But if I'm going to have fun with it, I'm gonna say what would the richest person do if I was playing career mode in any country in any given time frame of the world? Yeah, that's how she would do it.
You wouldn't take over the country like I have?
No, I don't know, because I think Michelle Kang has more soft power interests. I think she truly doesn't want to militarize football in the same way.
Okay.
I think she's not. She actually, like, as much as I hate her, she might actually somewhat care about the sanctity of the beauty of the sport.
I mean, she's just going about the complete opposite of what it should be done.
Yeah, it's just like, I would hate her so much more if Lyon played bad football. But the reality is, when I've watched them play, like Montemuro, Giraldez, they play beautiful games. But that is our first installment of What Would Michelle Kang Do? Yeah,
great.
I think it has to stay.
I think it has to stay purely on the basis that Michelle Kang will never listen to this, I don't think.
I hope she does.
You think so? Well, if
she'd take it on.
And I was going to say, but you know what? It may get her to start.
Wouldn't you love to see her sing Edelweiss? I think that would be great.
No, I've never watched The Sound of Music.
Oh, that's cruel.
I don't really know much about Austria.
Okay, I take this back. I have a new enemy. Anyone who hasn't watched The Sound of Music needs to watch The Sound of Music. I'm sorry. Julie Kang-Drews is unbelievable.
My note of Austria is 22 euros. That's it.
Yeah, that's all
I'm
you've
sorry.
got. Manu Zinsberger. So you know Manu Zinsberger, but you don't.
Manu Zinsberger to me is
Austrian
Austria it is.
Okay, I get that. But we'll have to watch The Sound of Music after this. But this has been the Benchwarmers, the first podcast. We definitely went overboard. We were trying to do this in 90 minutes. It did not happen.
We hope you love long podcasts.
We had a little bit of a Qatar moment here. A bit of extra time. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, no time for NWSL talk.
Yeah, seriously, we didn't get to yank ball, but it's okay. We will fit it somewhere else. We'll do it anyway. We'll be around every week. We'll have content for you all. And till next time, we are the Benchwarmers, the WOSO Podcast. I just want to see a smile.